哎，我上线了。这个看看，应该是 OK 的。
哇，原来全都这样的啊！
对。
我刚把它去掉，我前面都把那个拿图贴掉了。
对，它现在就上线了。找个地方吧。
这样的好像好看的你。
我的吗？
你看，是吧？人家是，很模糊。
那是我擦擦。好点吗？
哪个？哪里？这样好妙的。
Hello, how's the sound, Elsa? Testing, 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 testing. Okay, great. How's the image? Great.
还是你看这个噪点很多。
当然，
我觉得这个噪点很多。
因为光不够亮。
好，我这里没有这样。
我再擦擦我的摄像头。
链接上。
哪有吗？有的话，哪有耳机？
我带了。
你的英文名怎么说？雇员。
就雇员。就是法定legal
好延迟
啊！
有延迟。
对对。
有延迟是正常的。
延迟好。
延迟很厉害是吧？
延迟大概有20秒。
延迟是正常的。那个 YouTube 就是可以延迟。
我觉得应该有10秒。
把它拽起来。准备好自我介绍了吗？
不就一句话吗？你不会多人看？
多的话20几个吧。我们的小窗。 Just to make sure the sound is okay, checking. It's Toya from QLC Chain and our core developer, Guyong. We're going to start in 2 minutes. Thank you, everyone, for joining.
10点钟找梦啊！9个人。我们这里就3个。
It's almost there. I 记得。Okay, we're getting started. Hello, everyone. This is Toya here from QLC Chain, and sitting beside me is Guyong, our core developer. Say hello to everyone.
Hi, I'm Guyong, and I'm the core developer of the QLC Chain.
Thank you. Guyong is leading the team to develop this QLC public chain, and we just announced the public chain has been launched 2 hours ago. So it's quite an exciting moment for us. And here I invited Guyong to sit beside us and answer questions that we collected from our community members. So just to start, give me maybe 5 to 10 minutes to give everyone an overview about our public chain. So starting from the team, the public chain developers team, we have a total of 10 people, around 10 people. Here sitting in the office, we have 2 other developers with us, and the other developers are sitting in offices in Wuhan, also a city in China, and also an office in Slovenia, back in Europe. So, and also we have developers in Hong Kong and Shenzhen. So including Alan, who you're familiar with, Chris, who also been listed on our, since leading the team of public chain development since the very beginning. We have 3 senior developers and team for wallet and Explorer development. So that's the whole team situation. In terms of the period of time that we developed this, we developed, well, that's what Guyong told me, that the team has started at the second half of April and completed the verification by the end of June. After that, the other team came in to develop the wallet and Explorer, and that was completed by July. After that, we started internal testing and several rounds of internal and external testing. Some of our core community members have the experience of transferring tokens on our wallet and see the real-time Explorer. So after about 1 month in improving the user experience, accepting feedbacks from our community members, now we are very confident to launch this testnet. So the next question we're going to cover is about some key features about QLC Chain. So the first thing is QLC Chain. If people are not reading our materials or yellow paper, it deploys a multi-dimensional block lattice structure. It's one type of the DAC structure. And we use virtual machine to manage and support integrated smart contract functionalities. And QLC Chain, we are very proud to be the first one to do so. On top of that, QLC Chain utilized the dual consensus, DPoS and Shannon consensus, which is a novel consensus developed by a QLC Chain team. Through the multi-dimensional block lattice structure and the dual consensus, we are able to deliver a very high TPS and massive scalability and inherent decentralized environment for network as a service related DApps. So talking about the TPS, Guyong, please tell us what's the peak TPS number that we achieved during the internal testing?
3,500 TPS.
That was our internal testing, and that was the peak number. According to the team members, by improving some techniques that we are confident of doubling the number, which reached to 7,000 actually. So another thing that goes along with the TestNet Launch is we are publishing 3 repositories on GitHub. If you can check our Medium post, the 3 GitHub links are there, or you can check our main website, www.qlcchain.org. So from there, you can click to the GitHub and see the 3 public link repositories. So Guyong, please tell us what are the 3 repositories that we are actually publishing. You can use Chinese and I can translate in terms of this question. Yeah.
第一个就是公链的代码，第二个是钱包和钱包服务器。
钱包和钱包服务器就是两个代码，对，3个代码。So so the first repository that we are publishing is the public chain, and the second is the web wallet. Some of you have already experienced the web wallet. And the third is the web wallet server. You can see the title on the repository. It's called web wallet server. And the server is used to communicate between the web wallet and the QLC chain nodes. So that's the 3 open source repositories here we are launching together today. So the next, we're going to introduce a bit more about what the current status of the public chain. So it's can you just give us a brief understanding about the test environment, how many nodes, and the public chain situation here?
我们的测试公链主要是在 Nano 上的，然后增加了那个多维区块点阵的结构，增加了智能合约，然后目前测试网的普通节点有7个，然后投票节点是2个 ，POW 的节点是1个，然后钱包的服务器是1个，钱包的浏览器的服务器是1台，然后服务器用的是 AWS 和阿里云，然后节点的部署都是通过 Docker 部署。
Thank you. Hi everyone. I saw your messages here. So let me just briefly translate. Our testnet is developed based on Nano's block lattice structure. We created multi-dimensional block lattice structure by adding smart contracts. Currently, there are 7 common nodes, 2 voting nodes, and 1 POW server, and a set of wallet and browser server. We're currently using AWS and Alibaba Cloud servers as the node and all these nodes are deployed using Docker. I think this is me personally very, very interested to understand more. What are the challenges that did you come across building the multidimensional block lattice?
主要是就是 TPS 跟那个智能合约结合以后， 就是性能会受影响。然后另外一个就是存储节点和相容共识的结合。
Thank you. I don't know how hard it could be, but according to Guyong, the team found it hard to find a balance between TPS and the multidimensional block lattice structure and integrating with the virtual machine. Another challenge was integrating the storage node with together with Shannon consensus. So that's actually what they found the most difficult and time-consuming while developing. What's the next development for QLC chain? So what we will focus on as the plan for Q4?
下一阶段主要重点是基于那个GoLang开发 QLC 的节点，然后还有一个就是基于 WISM 开发虚拟机，再一个就是 QLC 的存储节点和 QLC 的 Oracle 节点。
So there are 4 main focuses. One is developing QLC chain using Golang, and we are developing the QLC virtual machine, WASM virtual machine. And third is to develop the storage node on QLC chain. So just a little bit of background, QLC chain has 2 types of nodes. One is transaction nodes and the other is function nodes. And storage nodes is one type of function nodes. So I don't know if you're following, ask questions if I'm speaking too fast. And the 4th focus will be to develop Oracle nodes. That's the 4 focuses that the team will focus on at the Q4. So that's the question that I'm getting for the most. Is the team on track for launching the mainnet by the end of this year?
是的，我们争取在今年年底主网上线嘛。
Guyong told us like we will try our best to bring the mainnet online by the end of this year, which will be 3 months time. Yeah, we were talking a lot this afternoon about this mainnet thing. Apparently, it's not as smooth as it supposed to be, and we also learned there are a lot of effort actually deployed to developing the function solutions together with monads. So that's actually quite time consuming as well. So we will make our best effort to bring the mainnet online by the end of this year. The next question, which is also another question that people ask a lot, which is, let me see. Any news on tokenization and token swamp? So this is right after we released the news that we are gonna actually launching this testnet, this question kept coming in saying now QLC token is an EP5 token issued from issued on NEO, and we are actually building our own public chain. How is the token gonna transfer or mapping from the NEO chain, an EP5 token, to the public chain token? We are still figuring out. That's the honest answer. We are doing a lot of research, taking references from different projects, and actually, there are many projects that we can refer to. Luckily, there are many projects has already launched their mainnet and completed the token swamp. So we will take references for that and think, discuss internally, also with our core community members, discuss like several rounds to come up with a best plan for token swamp. Of course, it will maximize the benefits of QLC token holders nowadays. So it's basically the simple answer is please wait for our confirmation. Thank you very much. Give us some more time about that. Now let's jump into the questions that we received from the Reddit, because right after we announced that we will going to do this AMA, we collected some questions from the Reddit, and here they are. I had a quick look of all these questions. Most of them, like at least 1/3 of them, I can see are about Winkie. Just to make it clear, Winkie, we have already made it open sourced a couple months ago and handed over to the developer communities to continue developing and operating. From what we can see nowadays, Winkie team is doing a lot of work trying to make the VPN asset as good as best as possible. And from as far as I know, there will be a next version coming out with quite great update. So I'm also quite looking forward to this. So let's have a look and see how many questions that we can answer on behalf of Winkie. Reddit user from Minmo Ho. This is what makes Winkie special or superior compared to Substram nodes that will be easy to set up via universal plug and play. Let me explain. I don't know if Guyong is familiar with Substram. Substram 是它也是要开发一个像是类似于 computing power share computing power 然后 share content 的这样的一个东西，然后它声称是不用 VPN 和 Thor network 这样的一个事情。
之前没有研究过。
之前有研究过，但是其实 Winkie 是一个 app，但是 Substram 是它想要做一个类似的东西。对。
这个我也不太清楚。
那无所谓，随便。因为就是我们其实知道这两个东西不是一个非常可有类比性的一个事情。So we just had a short discussion in case you don't understand Chinese. Actually, Winkie and Substram is not comparable. Winkie is a D app, and I read a little bit about Substratum. They are also building a decentralized network, and their advantage is to kind of plug and play, very user friendly. We can compare this with QLC Chain. We would also aim to do that, but to make it a very user-friendly plug and play. But from the short period of time, QLC Public Chain is more focused on network services in the telecom industry, targeting the service providers who has existing resources. By saying that means the individual users, the existing resources now is that the bandwidth. Everyone has some bandwidth if they're going to have fibers in-house, broadband, that's the existing resources. But for other functions, people having, that will be more specialized, kind of big storage providers, like server providers, storage providers, firewall providers. So that's actually where we're targeting. So I would say QLC Chain is more specialized in this field. Will Winkie save any log file from the user? Log file. Winkie 不会 save log files. Winkie does not save the log files from the users. But there is compliance issues that we will consider. So we will recommend the operators and VPN sharers to save the user log if there is any law enforcement department trying to get into an investigation. So we hope that operators can cooperate. Will Winkie distort the user's metadata that enables a server to identify the machine and browser someone is using? 不会. No, we will not. Well, Winkie will not. Winkie is, as I said, it's a platform. can people access geo-blocked website like Netflix or Amazon Video with your service? Netflix. We were actually discussing about this this afternoon about how to get to Netflix, bypass the geo-blocked websites. Well, it highly depends on the server's operator's server IP. Netflix, or this like stream media, is also upgrading their IP detection constantly. So it's how things are going on. So if this IP is let's say if they identify it and block it today, they didn't block it yesterday, maybe they will block it tomorrow. So it's highly uncertain in this. Okay, I think we quickly covered all the questions about Winkie. If you have more questions about Winkie, welcome to write it down on our Reddit, and we will pass it to the PlayBlocks team and provide answers in written. So that will be more efficient because we have some knowledge about it. Substratum. Right, Substratum is, yes, they are actually trying to say themselves as a decentralized web. It's more like a front-end solution rather than like the transmission. IPFS.
可以在上面部署外包的时候。
Also, are you looking to partner with other network service projects like Telcoin or Dent? That's a very good question. That's a business question. That's my personal view. I think the development of blockchain technology, everyone is developing on the field that they hold belief on. So I believe maybe the market will outdate some projects, or some projects will integrate it with each other to differentiate ourselves from the others. We're building the public chain for network services. We're trying to set up a protocol. There are certain parts relevant compared to Telcoin or Dent. They're partnering with carriers, telcos. So we welcome them, and we are open for discussion together to maybe potential collaboration and making contributions to the industry together. So that's what we look forward to. But at the same time, three of us, namely Telcoin and Dent, we are doing our focus on our own field and trying to make the deliverables where we are good at. I hope that's some answer that you're looking forward to, because currently from the market, there are a million projects doing their own things. There are some overlapping, but not most of them. And we see the market will kind of like adjust and see who. It's not necessarily a competition, and let's give some more time and see. What are you most excited about on your roadmap? Okay. Most excited roadmap.
应该就是摸网的业务了，然后摸网的每年会产生20亿条短信，也就是会至少产生40亿个 block。
40亿个 block。
对，然后还有短信的数据，也就是说就是非常大的数据量。
Yeah,
应该是目前公链里头数据量最大的可能。
I'm very happy to share what Gu Yong just told me about what he most excited about on our roadmap is the partnership with Montanez. For people who haven't heard of this partnership, Montanez is one of the largest cloud communication provider in China. And we have been partnering with them to build a cross-border SMS and data clearance platform. And as Guyun just mentioned, Montanez, itself business model has 20 亿, which is 2 billion. Their business include 2 billion SMS annually, 每年? Annually. So that means we, on our public blockchain, that will be 4 billion blocks. 4 billion blocks generated. If we achieve this, QLC chain would potentially be the public chain that has the most transaction records. Yes. So that's the thing that Guyun is most excited about. And for me, what I'm most excited about would be, aside from, of course, I'm excited about the Montanez partnership. And the other thing I want to mention is the router that another separate team is developing its VPN router. And it's actually convert your router into a VPN asset, and then you can actually register on Winkie and earn cryptocurrency from it. So that's the next step we're going to do, and we welcome our community members to learn more about this and contribute to our community. And if you're interested in helping us to sell to your local market, please reach to us. We are here at the Telegram. We are on Reddit. We have our community managers communicating on behalf of us, basically 24/7. So that's another thing that I'm quite excited about. If you have more questions, feel free to type it here in the live chat, and we can actually discuss more about that. What are you doing to attract more users? The users we categorize in three ways, I think, if we categorize it comprehensively. First, as our testnet has launched, we will attract the developer community. So and also we have made the GitHub open sourced. So we welcome developer communities to build the apps or use our API, or we will publish the SDK for them. So that's one perspective. And the other one is push for end users for Winkie. After all, Winkie is very essential part of our QLC chain ecosystem. It's using QLC as settlement currency. So Winkie's user adoption is very critical for us. And the third one is to attract more enterprises similar like Montanez. And of course, the Montanez case can be, can be a very successful and attract more enterprises. So that's another way we're looking into. And of course, there will be a VPN router adoption. It can be either end consumers or enterprise customers for this. I'm reading the questions here from Bart. Winkie opens VPN and shares VPN among users, correct? Does the router has the Winkie server inside to use? The Winkie server is the one that we just published, also on the GitHub, I think, server 端的那个 No.
代码没有开源，但是部署的
代码开源了？没有。Winkie server
没有，不确定。文上写的没有，代码没有开源，但是打成刀会的镜像发布了。
OK，
就是编译好的。
哦，对，那个镜像已经有了。
镜像有，但是没有代码。
但是它这个我们即将发布的这个 router 会直接在那个 Winkie server 上面内嵌吗？
这个应该要做，但是做不知道，可是已经做，已经做了。好，那就是有，但是没有开源。
Okay, good news, Bart. It will, and information from the other's developer, it is actually under development. Can I buy Q-Link router and use it in Greece? I think it's global adaptable, right?
Sure.
It's global
Yes,
adaptable, like it's compatible with everywhere. Yes, the router, and let me explain a little bit more about the router. So the router is, will be functioning as the normal router, as expanding the coverage wirelessly to your home, your office. That's the function that we share with every router. And aside from that, there will be a function that you can actually convert your network, home network, broadband into a VPN and then registered on Winkie. There is another case study that I can share. One of our community member whose Telegram handle is Del. I don't know if you're here today. He has been like making quite a lot of QLC on Winkie. As I monitored, he's ranking the top consecutively couple weeks now. The VPN asset and quality is really, really great. So we actually, by offering this router and the functions that's embedded in it, so we are actually equipped people to provide the high quality VPN and make more QLC from it. SSD size of internal storage. That's 我们是应该是问武汉那边，没有定。
现在的数媒盘就是
16个 G， 但是可以16个 G， 但是可以装，就是可以加嘛。
可以的。
对对对。
就是取决于你自己想买多大，可以扩展。
Okay, Bart. The answer to your question for what is the SSD size of the internal storage? It's currently the minimum size is 16 gigabyte, and we can actually expand. That's an option. Another question from, I hope I pronounce your name right, Ionis T. So I don't need my national internet provider, local ISP. Sorry, you do need that. You need to have broadband connection because it works as a router first. So you need to connect to your local broadband first. If you're just looking forward to internet coverage, it works no different from a normal router. Ionis T, I want someone to explain how this will work. Yes, as I said, you buy this router, and the router can convert to your home broadband, which you acquired from national internet provider. We call it CSP, communication service provider. Either it's Vodafone or Telefonica. I don't know which one you're using. And you connect it to those and convert their broadband network into a VPN. Register the VPN asset on Winkie. Winkie is a D app that was available to download from the App Store and iOS. So then you registered as a VPN asset. When people connect to your VPN asset, they gave you the QLC. That's how you earn QLC, by purchasing this router. And of course, people have capability of running a VPN service has already doing this. It's been running smoothly for a couple months now.
其实我觉得也可以不买啊，现有的都有。
对，对，yeah, Gu Yun just remind me that Actually, it's not necessary to purchase this router physically. We'll also make this project open sourced, so you can actually run this software in your own router and make it as a VPN service, right? It's developed based on OpenWRT, right? OpenWRT. So you can develop from that using your existing router. That's two-way. Purchase a router which has already had the software OpenWRT embedded, or you can check the GitHub source code. Pay for, well, it's open source, so you can actually just, well, download and run it, yes. So if you go from the GitHub, you don't have to pay for this. And how will it be then with a unique P2P embedded ID? I'm leaving this developers to figure out what Bart is mean. Or Bart, please elaborate this. I'm going. P2P ID. 我们现在 Winkie 用的是什么 P2P 的 ID？Tox ID。
不知道他这个想问什么问题。
How will it be then with Bart? I need the question to be more clear.
其实我不知道他想问什么问题。他后面解，他说。
Unique bound to the router and is the single key for encryption.
不对吧？加密跟 P2P ID 没关系，是吧？没有关系。P2P ID 没关系。
加密和 P2P ID 没关系，
是吧？
他说的加密是指什么？我觉得就是内容。
Okay. Thank you, guys. Bart, this is a question that we will leave another 2 hours flight from me right now. This guy sitting in this office is more like for the public chain.
私钥不是的，私钥还是链上的私钥，和这个没关系，对吧？这好像私钥还是 account 的 private key， 和 P2P ID 没有关系 ，P2P ID 只是传输时候用。
OK，
对吧？是的，就是 P2P ID 只是交换连接信息的时候用，和你的账号的私钥是没有任何关系。
So, say that again.
P2P ID 只是为了传输 VPN 的连接信息用。
P2P ID is just for transmission.
VPN server 引导，这个 VPN 的连接信息。Private key 是用来做结算的，两个独立的。
Yeah, private key is for transaction.
对。
Yeah. So actually, Bart is two separate things. The private key and P2P ID is two separate things. It's not the same. And this will be the best opportunity to bring in this question also from Reddit. Mimoho, will you localize Winkie and incentivize the community to help? Yes, exactly. So that's what we're actually going to do. We will advocate, especially after this VPN router we're developing, we will advocate local community members to help us to promote Winkie and also to promote this VPN router. So that will bring more user adoption on top. And of course, we will prioritize QLC holders to do that, and we will develop some incentive mechanisms. If you have any suggestions, you think what will make sense, and if you understand your local markets very well, throw us some proposals, we're welcome to it.
P2P 它是 Tokenization 的公钥，是你 Tokenization 传输数据了，它会用这个公钥去给这个数据加密。
那只是 Tokenization 的相关的吗？
对，跟公链的没有任何关系。
啊，美国还是独立的，
对，是独立的。
啊，他那个不是个问题，他说。
How Reddit user Das Gunner, how is progress with your Montanez joint venture going? What's the confidence in the team? Like, was crypto market going nowhere the last month? First question, what's the progress with our joint venture with Montanez going? Just summarize about what's our joint venture is going, because that's exactly your team is handling.
还是在开发那个节点啊，供链。
开发节点，
对，就是还有就是根据梦网的业务，我们在做多重签名，不要看多重签名。
So actually, the joint venture with Montanez is being developed simultaneously with the public chain development, because this is a solution deployed on the public chain. So it's actually happening at the same time. As Guyong just said, the Montanez partnership, it will deploy it on multidimensional block lattice structure, and we will also tailor-made some solutions for them, especially for the cross-border SMS clearance. And at the same time, the team is researching on a solution for multi-signature as requested and detailed in the agreement with Montanez. That's what the team is focusing on. So, yeah.
P2P 那个我们跟蓝豆他们都不一样。
哪个 P2P？P2P
网络通信协议，也就是我们 QLC 的 protocol，QLC 链的协议。
链的协议具体指什么？
就是节点跟节点之间传输的数据，用西蒙格是传那些数据，这是我们最应该做的事。
Okay. So the next focus, aside from that, another P2P protocol they're developing, how the nodes and communicates with the other nodes. Yeah. That's what the team is been developing, and it's also going to be applied on the Montanez solution as well. What's the confidence in the team like? Was crypto market going nowhere in the last month? That's a tough question. Also, my personal opinion, crypto market is quite volatile and with a lot of uncertainty. We can compare it to the early stage of the .com bubble. We position ourselves as the pioneers and trying to set the protocol for the whole industry. As Guyong just said, we're developing our own P2P protocol, and we're quite proud of it. Hopefully, we're leading in this industry and bring more partners on board, more partners like Montanez on board. So we stay positive of our own project. That's the best that we can hope for. Yeah, so it's a tough question because people have been asking that a lot. They asking where is this crypto market is going. We are working on this project, and we are seeing these guys doing that dedicated work, and it's making a progress. So let's stay strong and see. In what range QLink app can be worked on mobile phones? You mean Winkie, right? So the range, if you registered a VPN asset on Winkie, the users can be globally, right? That's how it works. And if you are, yes. So if you are registering Wi-Fi assets on the Winkie, and the range will be the same as the Wi-Fi coverage. So that's how it works. We just registered the asset, what we call the MAC ID, IP address on the blockchain.
地址没有存到电脑。
地址没有存到电脑。
地址应该是没有存到。那其实 WiFi SSID。SSID
is on the blockchain。
对。
P2P ID 吗？
不是，就是 WiFi 的那个 WiFi 的，只是 SSID 吧？
那个地址。
那地址存到。
Question from Great Lousy. I would like to know about QLC token economy, how to claim mainnet coins, and when peer-to-peer data SMS sharing features will be launched. As I said, the QLC, how to conduct this token swap haven't been like confirmed and finalized yet. We will share it once we got the answer. And the peer-to-peer data and SMS sharing feature is actually not our business model. I don't know if you read something which is not actually true. The peer-to-peer data and SMS sharing requires collaborations with every telcos. So that's actually the next step after the public chain being launched. So how the whole industry's effort is developing into. But the use case here, as I said, the clearing, like cross-border clearing platform on top of QLC chain together with Montanez will be one of the case studies. If we can bring this to the industry, that will be a very, very success story and as a start. So that's the cross-border data and SMS clearance between telcos. I can say Montanez is telco or communication service provider. That will be more accurate. Will balance from testnet be carried over to mainnet? Unfortunately, no. The testnet, we issued 6 types of tokens. And if we want to map the testnet tokens to mainnet token, it will be a completely new ecosystem. So we will develop some other things. Now the testnet is purely for multi-token transaction testing, right? Yeah. So from Grace, if I register Wi-Fi, someone from Italy, he won't be able to register to my Wi-Fi share, right? No, I'm sorry. This Wi-Fi is not VPN. VPN, it bypass all these geography limitation, but Wi-Fi is more like locally within the coverage of the Wi-Fi cover. Yep, I think we covered most of the questions tonight. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight, and thank you Guyun for joining me. We are quite happy about this testnet launch. Check the Medium post, the latest Medium post that has all the links, and also check our website. There are also some links on that, so you can see our wallet, our Explorer, and also all the source coded. What about staking and a proof of stake profit percentage? So that's our token swap part of it. it's being considered, and it's actually generate large discussion in the office. So we definitely gonna consider it and make a mechanism that makes sense for the most. Just to reiterate what we are doing here at the TestNet, the QLC chain structure, 2 types of nodes: transaction nodes and function nodes. Function nodes are the nodes that will gain rewards from providing network services. So that's what we are doing. And the core of QLC chain is to monetize your bandwidth. To taking Winkie as an example, you register your bandwidth as VPN asset and share it with others. The others pay with cryptocurrency. That's kind of the essence of this whole ecosystem. Loyalty holding program, like other projects, repos, etc. Thank you, Ionas. We will consider that. Actually, we can have more deeper, more engaging conversation about that. We launched this community governance program. I'm just taking another 5 minutes to introduce this program. So we launched this. We welcome all the community's suggestions. So you can give us a proposal, and we will bring it to the Telegram to have communities voting. So it has been running for a little bit more than a month already. So we see some engagement, and people are voting for what they favored, including Winkie, what's the next stage of developing Winkie, and also what's the QLC's next focus, and does this community governance thing make sense or not? All kinds of opinions are welcome. So including this, I think this is a good suggestion, a loyalty holding program. We can discuss about that online, whether in Reddit or Telegram. We can make it more detailed and put it in front of the community members and saying, hey, do you think it makes sense? That will be how we want to push it forward and make QLC ecosystem more open. Thank you. Okay, thank you everyone for joining us tonight. Have a good night. It's almost 11 p.m. here. Good night and thank you. Bye.
Bye.